Hey, 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 it's a brand new day on Gilliam Farms, and I am Johnny. And Christine is driving back from South Dakota right now. She had to go up there this week for work, and she is on her way home driving our puddle jumper, little Honda. So she said she's doing well. I talked to her on the phone a little bit ago, and she told me to tell everyone hello and that she would be listening to the chat. So she'd be listening to the lives and trying to follow the chat while she's driving. So just realize she's out there. For you who are asking, where's Christine at? That's where she's at. All right. So we got Jennifer Ocean Homestead in here. She was in here at 7:51 a.m. and she's asking Joey where he's at. And I haven't seen Joey either, so that's an odd day here. I'm telling you, if Joey hadn't come in. And then there's Linda Peterson. Hello, Linda. Thanks for coming in. And then we've got, let's see, Nanny Tam was in next. Hello, Nanny Tam. Good to see you. Great seeing you guys. And Jennifer says it is 13 degrees where she's at. Sorry, Jennifer. All I got to say is sorry about that. I mean, it's 79 here today. Yep, no pineapples, no pineapples. We don't like pineapples. Duncan Family Farm says it's 86 degrees. They're a little bit further south than us here in Oklahoma, so it's 86 degrees down their way. And let's see here, who's next? There's Dale. Dale and Lisa. Let's get this party started. Yep, let's get this party started. Let's get going here. And then we got, let's see, who else is in here? Hey, Teresa Jukowitz. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. It's Teresa Jukowitz. And then we've got, let's see here, going on down through the chat. Nana 9 Acres. There's Lisa. Hey, I just left the granddaughter's house and driving home. I'm listening, but won't be chatting. Hey, just be safe. Be safe, all right? Because you got a hug. You owe me a hug at the meetup. So be safe, all right? Just you be safe. And then we've got Evelyn Newman in the house. Hey, Evelyn. Evelyn is here. And good to see you, Evelyn. And hey, there's Jesse and Lisa. Lazy Days Ahead says, hello, everybody. So good to see you. And there's Arlene. Hello, Arlene. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. And then we've got, let's see here. There is Tamara at Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. Welcome. Fellow auction folk. They like to go to a lot of little auctions and stuff too. I think it seems to be like they look more for like the antique stuff and stuff like that. I look for antique stuff, but it's kind of like antique stuff you can drive or something like that. Yes. Safe travels for Christine. Hello, Johnny. That's Lisa. Lazy Days Ahead. Yes. Safe travels for Christine. She's listening, but she's just driving away. It's a long way between here and South Dakota. And let's see. Hey, there's James Hall. Hey, James Hall. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And we've got, I'm trying not to miss anybody, but the chat bouncing around a little bit. There's Joni, Mrs. Creekside Maples. Welcome. Thanks for coming in, Joni. Good to see you. And there is Dot Roper. Hey, Dot. Good to see you. I'm glad I got to meet Dot. I got to meet Dot, Dot's daughter, Dot's granddaughter. And while I was over in Georgia, it was a good time. We had a great time over at Biggins Barbecue whenever we had it's kind of a meetup, kind of. Yeah, hey, Ginger says, hey, Solo Johnny. Yeah, Christine is driving back from South Dakota, so everybody give her a little bit of prayer. Make sure there's an angel in the car with her as she drives back. And, she's going to drive tonight until at least dark. She's going to get a room, and then she's going to drive on in tomorrow. And I'm glad because have anybody heard of what's going on up in the Midwest, up like in, I believe it's Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma. They call it the bomb cyclone. It's a huge low pressure system. On the backside of the low pressure system, they're expecting blizzards, which would be up South Dakota way. They're expecting blizzard conditions in South Dakota. I'm glad she's able to get out of there before that hits tomorrow. And then on our end of it, I think they're calling for 70 plus mile per hour wind here. And it's because of that low pressure, the high, when everything drops into that low pressure. I'm going to play that Ryan Hall, y'all deal, guy. So that pressure drops in, and when it drops in, it comes in as wind. And we are in a huge fire danger because it's going to be dry and very brisk wind. So that's what we're getting ready to get. So I'm going to go back and make sure I hadn't missed him. But I've got Webb's Web. There's Ralph. Hey, Webb's Web. Good to see you. And there's Lone Cross Scotty. Hello. Good to see you, Scotty. Thanks for coming in. There's Wanda Henry. Hello, Wanda. Thanks for coming in. And let's see. I know it's such a nice day out there. I mean, it's. I'm telling you, it's hard for me to sit here. I mean, because it is so great out there, and I actually have stuff to do outside. But I'm going to be in here, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Tenkiller. We're going to talk about some exciting things that I've just recently on the farm and stuff like that. So there's Christy Betts. Hey, Christy, welcome. Thanks for coming in. And let's see here. Going on down through the chat. Yes, drive safe, Christine, says Ginger. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure she heard that too whenever I said it. I saw that on the weather report, John, and we're expecting that same storm starting tomorrow. Yes. It's up to 90 miles per hour Friday for me. Yep. They're saying that we're going to, I think the average wind for a little bit of time is going to be 70, but it's supposed to gust hurricane force. So we could get 100 mile an hour wind here. I'm telling you, because I've got to go out and batten down the hatches right after this live. And I'll have a little bit of time in the morning because I've watched, and that wind's not actually supposed to hit here until like tomorrow noonish or whatever. And there's Scotty said they had snow last night. Keep it there. You can have it. I'm done with it. And Linda says, I wore shorts outside. That's awesome. Taking a break from clearing brush. Yes. The dozer has a lot more work to do. And I don't know if you're talking about from me clearing brush or from you clearing brush, but our dozer has a lot more to do, and I'm going to be doing it. So pretty soon, there'll be a video coming out about that. But we've got 90 acres right here where we live, and I want to make a place for the cattle up here. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And then there is Creekside Maples. Hey, Tony, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And I don't know what the weather is up there where Tony and him are right now. Hey, Lori Carr. Thanks for coming in, Lori. It's good to see you. And then let's see here. We've got going on down through the Tenkiller meetup. Yes, the Tenkiller meetup is coming up April 25th, 26th, 27th. You can see that rolling along down below me right there. So I just want to see, we've got cool shirts. The shirts are out, it's got a white-tailed deer jumping right there. And it's got, these up here, these are eagles, just saying. And then, but anyway, yeah, you can get you a t-shirt from our bonfire. It's on the Gilliam Farms bonfire store. You can go over there and get a shirt if you want one. They are at cost. It's not, we don't make a dime off any of the Tenkiller meetup shirts or anything like that. Models I saw are really close together. Yes. Yeah. It's really crazy because that air is going to be dropping into that low. Our tornado threats are going to be at night, which I do not like. No, I don't either, Christy, because I'm an odd duck. When tornadoes come, I go outside. I start looking around because I want to see where it's at. And if I can see where it's at, I can, if it's over there, I go over there. It's just where I am. I've done it many times. If I see it over there, I go over there. But anyway, yep, just grab you clearing by hand, Christy. Oh, now, yeah. My brother was doing some of that there. I couldn't understand what they were doing. I was actually out there working on the dozer over there where the cattle are, and I could see my brother sitting in a chair over there on his land, and I was like, I wonder what they're doing. So I rode over there, and they were, him and his wife each had a pair of them little snipper things, and they were sitting and moving this chair every couple of feet and just snipping off these little briars. And I said, brother, you got a brush hog tractor like right there, just kind of. He said, yeah, I know, but I guess it was kind of peaceful for him to just sit out there and with scissors. Hey, there's Dez. Hey, Dez, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Dez is going to go to Texas. She is going to go to Texas. So that's going to be awesome. I mean, that's probably about as close as probably she'll ever be to us if she's going to Texas. And that's not really all that close because it's going to be down near Houston. So Houston is not real close to here. It's quite a ways down. So I'm in far northeast Oklahoma, and Houston is down south, way down there. Beautiful today. We actually got back to work today. It's been a long, long winter. Yep. Tony said they got back to work, so they're getting to get some stuff done. They're earning some money, taking those trees down and stuff like that. So that's awesome. That's awesome. We had a beautiful day here today. Wanda Henry says. So that's on Prince Edward Island. Had a beautiful day. And that's awesome. And but Jennifer she's in the snow and the 13 degrees and stuff like that, and everybody else is up there is having a bad time, I guess, of it. So let's see here. Still got lots of snow, but it's melting. More snow coming through next week. Oh, okay. All right. Hardneck Farms. Hey guys, signing in, but getting ready for fire threat. Stay safe, everyone. I will let this run. Okie dokie. What do you do to get it ready for a fire threat? I know the only thing I can think of that we could do right here is, for one thing, I moved the tractor and the dozer out of areas where they could burn out into I put them out in there's no grass out there where I've been, so I put them out in the area with no grass and wide open. So they're out there. And then here where we live, if we get wind like they're talking about, I really can't think of anything that you could actually do. I can't think of a thing that you could actually do to keep it from getting you, if you live where the wind can blow it from tops of tree to top of tree. I don't know how you can do it. So we'll take our chances, I guess. Yeah, hi, Johnny, I drive in tornadoes. Ha, 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 giggle. Yeah. Like I said, I'm over here, I go over there. Hi, everyone. I had to make a quick stop before I get on the Highway 29. Please pray for me. My health isn't doing so good with the travel, weather, and the stress of working. It's been a rough week. So Christine is in the chat. She's not going to be able to chat, but everybody keep praying for Christine, if you don't mind, please. Thank you. So when I was in Kansas, I was staying out and looked for the tornadoes. I was too far out in the country to hear sirens. That's right. We couldn't hear a siren if there was one. There's no way we'd hear a siren here. Up here, it's just kind of every man for himself type deal. First time ever, says Dez, going to Texas. Yep. Dez, why aren't you blue? Why aren't you blue, Dez? Let me look. See why Dez isn't blue. Why isn't Dez blue? Hang on. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'm kind of flying solo here, so you guys gotta Gotta bear with me here. And you know something? It's wild. Whenever I pull up my phone, everybody else's lives and stuff like that comes up. But you know, mine doesn't come up. My stuff. So let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. There's a live, and let's see here. Maybe not so blue, not blue anymore. I don't know. You can check. But anyway, Christine get a motel room now. Well, I hope Christine gets out of South Dakota before she gets a hotel room, because I don't want to be in that blizzard. I want to get south of the blizzard country. So let's see here. We've got Arlene. There's Lee, Fisherman 506. Let's see. I'm going on down through the chat. There's Shiloh. Let's see here. Shiloh Acres. Hey, Shiloh Acres. Howdy, howdy. Thanks for coming in. And let's see here. Going on down through the chat. Talking to everybody, saying hello to everyone. Yeah, that riding out the blizzard side of that's going to be pretty rough. I think she's trying to get south of the blizzard, which would be like if she gets down into Missouri, or if she gets down into Iowa, down farther down in Iowa, she'll be out of the blizzard area. So that's what she's trying to do, is just get down there, and then it's tomorrow is the wind. Cut fire breaks. Well, this whole place is a fire break, James. But whenever you get wind like we're talking about, it's just like that over there in California. When you get wind like that, the leaves, let's just put it this way, say the leaves will blow across here on fire. It'll jump treetop. It'll do, there's really, you can't cut a fire break wide enough for a 90-mile-an-hour wind. I mean, like where we're at here, right here, the house, we're as far from the woods as we possibly can get on one side, because it's the neighbor's property over there, and everything on our side is cleared, and it's probably 70 yards across there. But I can assure you that if it blows across there, it'll get here. Old school Catholic, howdy. Been listening, but I'm cooking. I've been in the kitchen, but I'm almost done. Awesome. What are we having, old school Catholic? What are we having? Just help a friend do control burns. He cut the fire breaks, but if the wind's high, it will just jump them. That's right. It'll jump highways. It'll jump. You can't stop it in 70 to 90 mile an hour wind. I'm hitting hopefully 2 Buc-ee's to Texas. Well, one before and one in. Dez is going to go to Buc-ee's or Busey's, or however you want to say it. She's going to get to go there. That's awesome. I can start dinner and listen. The wind is picking up. Johnny, I will be praying, getting crates ready if I need be for animals. Okay, I see what you're saying. You'll grab the animals, throw them in a crate, throw them in a truck, and head out. Our cattle are in a wide open area, and they have a huge pond to get in. So if they're smart enough, they can get in the pond. And there's not really enough fuel around where they're at to be a problem. So where we live here is more of a problem than where the cattle are. So we don't worry too much about that. The chickens, I mean, I just hope I hope we don't get a fire. Let's just put it that way. Hope we don't get a fire. So I know a great Bates Motel on your way home you can stay at cheap. The Bates Motel. Yeah. So let's see here. Going on down. The embers blow and wind that high. Yeah, they do. They really get it. In 2014, the emperors blew across our farm, setting little fires. We're getting winds much stronger in the morning. Yep. There are going to be strong winds tomorrow, really strong. And Christine is in that short little Honda car, which is good because it won't be as prone to tip or anything like that, as long as, there's no semis around and stuff like that. Our house we built outside, fireproof building and shop will be fine, but the greenhouses and the trees, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, we're just, there's not any fires here now, and hopefully everybody was kind of smart enough not really to start anything that's going to have like a chimney effect or anything like that, and so we won't end up with a fire here. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, now on to some cool news. All right, here we go. I don't know if you guys watch my videos or anything. A lot of you. I know some of you do, but I don't know about it. Everybody, I don't know. But anyway, a couple of years ago, I stocked the pond, and whenever I stocked the pond, I put in channel catfish, I put in bass, I put in perch, I put in brim, I put in crappie. Okay, and it's a pretty big pond. All right. So the pond had fish in it, and the fish that were in it apparently were bullhead catfish. Okay, so what I do is when I catch a bullhead, over the bank it goes. I mean, it don't make it back in the water, and I don't eat it. It's just, I know there's going to be a lot of people in the chat saying, "Oh, bullheads are good." Okay, great. I'm glad you like bullhead. All right, so getting past that. So every time I would fish, that's what I would catch, is bullhead catfish over there. And it kind of made me upset, because, that's something we tried to keep out of the pond when we were younger. Well, I went over there yesterday. I went over to the farm yesterday, just taking care of everybody over there and stuff like that. Well, I had a fishing pole in the little shop over there, and I took that fishing pole, and I didn't have any lures or anything like that. It had a hook on it, a hook and a bobber. So I thought, well, I need some bait. So I went out and I lifted up a hay bale with a tractor, and there were grub worms under it. You guys know what a grub worm is, the big old white fat worms, So I grabbed a grub worm, and I took it and I put it on a hook, took it over there, threw it out in the pond. In about, I don't know, 15 seconds, something grabbed it, set the hook, fight was on, reeled it in. This is ultralight tackle. Now it's like, I think I had 4-pound line and, just a little spinning combo. So anyway, I reel it in, 1.5 pound channel cat. Now remember, I put these channel cats in whenever I put them in, they was about that long, and there weren't any channel cats in there before I put them in. So so anyway, I threw out there again. Bam, big old perch. I was like, well, that's cool. I mean, good one, about yay long, nice. So I thought, well, that's great. So then I threw out there again. It wasn't any time at all. I'm talking about using a bobber too, not fishing on the bottom. No time at all. Bobber gone. Uh-oh. Fight's on, get it in. Another channel cat, about 1.5 pounds. We got something consistent going on here, about 1.5 pound channel cats. So then I set the hook on like 2 or 3 other fish who came off before I got them in, but I could tell they were catfish. And then I caught another channel cat and got it in. And I was like, wow. And this is all in about 15 minutes total. Fishing Fishing time, 15 minutes. That includes getting them in, getting them off the hook, taking a couple of pictures of them and stuff like that, and tossing them back in. How big is the lake or pond? It's not. It's a decent sized pond. I'd say I made it a lot bigger than it used to be with the dozer. It used to be a little mud hole, but now it's fair. I mean, it gets bigger every time it gets dry, and I got the dozer over there. The pond gets bigger. Let's just put it that way. So, I'd say it is about half to 3/4 of an acre, maybe an acre, half to 3/4, somewhere in there. I don't know. So we got Gary in here. There is Gary, Belt Loop 29, and then I'm going to go back up there here and make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I saw somebody else in here just a minute ago. Let's see here. I saw where they at? Where are they at? Yeah, I don't like bullhead. There he is, Brian, the Vineyard Farmhouse. Not leaving comments right now. I'm still on the move, but I'm listening. All right. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for popping in. Brian had a live last night. He had some makers on there with him last night, and that was awful cool. And they got to talk about all the stuff that the one he's talking about coming to a meetup. I guess he's going to go to maybe the Eufaula meetup and turn some things with his lathe. That's going to be cool. Hey, White Rock Homestead, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. All right. So now we got catfish. Okay. So now we know we got fish in our pond. I'm going to take a lure over there and we're going to see what we got for crappie and bass, because I've stocked all that stuff too. So I'm going to go over there and try for those as well. I'm really excited about this catfish thing. I'm hoping the channel cats are going to get rid of the bullheads. And I know one thing. I know bass will get rid of bullheads. I read up about it. So I'm hoping that I've thrown bass in there that were 2 pounds or so, plus all the ones that we actually bought for the stocking. Which when we stocked it heavy. We stocked it 100 channel cat, 100 bass. I think it might have been, I know it was 100 crappie and 100 brim, I think is what we put in it. So we stocked it pretty heavy. Yes, we have bass, brim, and catfish in our lake. Yep. And we should have bass, brim, catfish in ours as well. I mean, I'm not going to call it a lake, but I'm going to call it a decent sized farm pond. It's all right. So, did someone say bass? Yeah, I said catfish. I caught a few catfish, Lauren, out of our pond. I'm so excited because they're the little bitty ones that I stocked in it 2 years ago, and they're 1.5 pounds now. So at that rate, maybe next year's there'll be 2 to 3 pounds, 2.5, 3 pounds or something like that. I think they're going to be about right for fillets at that time. So I'm excited about it. We have a family lake. It's about 30 acres. Yep, that's a family lake. All right. That's a good one. The fish hatchery told me $70 for 100 catfish. Is that a decent price? Yeah. Yep. They're actually fairly high. I think whenever I bought all those, I think I ended up giving close to $400 for all the fish that we got to throw in there. And yeah, woohoo, fresh catfish. That's right. We were sitting here talking about, the things that we raise on the farm that we can eat. Okay. So we've got the cattle, we've got chickens, we've got eggs. We're going to get pigs again. We had pigs last year. We had their freezer camp now, but we got pigs in the freezer, or a pig. We have fish, so we can catch our own catfish and fish, and so we got that covered. And today, every year this happens, but it doesn't always happen at the same time. And let me see here if I can show you what I'm talking about. All righty. Maybe that'll pop up there and you can see it. All right. So every year we have something else that moves onto our place. Usually they're there for, at certain times of the year and everything, and then they're not for a long time, and then they pop back in and stuff. Well, they pop back in. So they are back. I've seen them for a few days now. So turkey. So we got turkeys coming. So turkey season will be in April. And yep. And it's going to be, so that we got that going for us too, as far as things you can eat on the farm. So we got turkeys. We got deer, obviously. We got turkeys, deer. We got cattle. We got chickens, eggs. We're going to have pigs. And then Christine does the garden. So, pretty much going to be, yeah. And those tom turkeys are chasing a bunch of hens around. And the last 2 years, I didn't get a turkey. And the reason I didn't get a turkey is because while I was turkey hunting, I had one gobbler, and he would come out, just one. It's all I ever heard, one gobbler. And he would come out in front of me and strut around, and I was sitting there hunting, and I would not shoot that turkey because I had one turkey, one gobbler. And I was like, well, if I shoot him, there's nothing going to be around, for the hens. So I didn't do anything. Well, now I counted today, I counted 6 toms. So they had a good hatch last year. I'm sure these toms are from that hatch. And so, yeah, I think we got enough now to where, I can take one from here, because this isn't the only place I can turkey hunt. I can turkey hunt down at deer camp. I can turkey hunt down there. And so I've got other places. It's just really nice to have them like right here. It's really nice to go out on the porch and listen to them gobble. I love to do that. So, hey, Mitzi DeLuca, welcome. And let's see here. So we got turkeys and fish, and we're happy. Yeah, and morel mushrooms. Okay. That's that thing right there, that morel thing. I have a hard time finding morel mushrooms. I really do. And I'm hoping this year's different, but I don't know. I tell you what, a couple of years ago, I thought I had it figured out. I dozed on this guy's place, and I could see them from the tractor or from the dozer seat. I picked a few of them. I went back this was 3 years ago. I went back to that same place the next 3 years. I did not doze where the mushrooms were. I was clearing a fence row out, and I could just see them over there in the woods. I went back the next 2 years and all through that same area and never found another one. Never. I found like 6 in a row right there. I mean, just bam, 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 nice ones. And never found another morel. I have been through there. I bet I've walked through there 50 times since then and never found another one. And all I can figure is there's wild hogs over there, and I'm thinking deer and wild hogs like morel mushrooms too. That's what I think. I really do. I think they seek them out. Now I know deer will, because I've watched them eat mushrooms from the tree stand many times. So I'm just thinking that the critters go and get them, because it's good. They like them too. I mean, it isn't just us. They like them too. Let's see who else is in here. Hey, Derek Fowler's in the house. Good to see you, Derek. Thanks for coming in. Did you get that tractor running yet? It is the spores or the pigs that ate them. Yeah. 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 I have. Yeah. There you go. Onion grass, wild onions, wild garlic, and crow's poison. Which reminds me, I need to put out another video about the difference between wild onions, wild garlic, and crow's poison. I do one of those every spring because there's a difference, guys. There's a difference. And I don't want you to get a hold of any crow's poison for sure. But anyway, show Johnny and Christine some love and go give them a big thumbs up. Thank you, Nanny Tam, for saying that. Appreciate that. I'm a little jealous, Johnny. Love catching and frying up some catfish. Yes, me too. They use hogs to hunt for truffles. Yep, I watched a movie a while back about a pig that hunted truffles. It was kind of a weird deal. It's kind of weird. Anyway, guy was finding them for a restaurant or something like that. Elm trees, when down, are the place to find mushrooms. Yeah, Linda, we got a lot of dead elms and stuff like that. I've never found a mushroom around an elm tree. I know that is book. That's textbook. Dead elms, stuff like that. Okay. You know where I've been finding mushrooms? Cedar trees. Around cedars. We got a lot of cedars, so that's good. But that's where I find them, is around cedar trees. All right. Not yet, Johnny. I'm going to try to get the new carburetor on it this weekend. If it works, y'all will hear me holler in Oklahoma. That's awesome. That's another thing. All right. I bought that 60 model Jeep at the auction, and I have already started filming the resurrection of that 60 model Jeep. I haven't, it's out. It's going to be out, but what I'm doing now is I'm trying to break it loose because the engine is stuck. So I'm going to break the engine loose. Then I've got a lot of the things that I need. It's got a canister type oil filter that, it fits inside a metal. It's different than your regular car oil filter. It's got, I've got the oil for it. I've got the filter. I've got a battery. I didn't buy a carb kit yet, but I figure I'm going to have to. I'm probably going to have a master cylinder for it. I'm probably going to have some brake lines for it and some things like that. But I'm going to start that thing up and I'm going to drive it on video. So it's going to be a resurrection video on the 60. So, yeah. Mitzi, I rarely get to go fishing. I rarely ever get to go fishing. And I just happened to be there. I just happened to have a fishing pole in the shop, and I was able to find a grub worm to use for bait. I mean, that's the stars had to align for me to get to go fishing down there. And I felt bad for fishing for 15 minutes. I mean, I felt like I needed to be doing something else. So I fished for 15 minutes, threw the fish all back in the pond, and went and did something else because that's just the way I am. It's hard for me to sit and just do nothing. And so whenever I'm fishing, I guess if my plan would have, if the plan for the day, here's how it should have went. The plan for today, or the day, if Christine had said, I would love to have some fresh catfish, either myself or me and her together would go over there to the pond and we would fish, catch, enough for our meal or whatever, and fillet them out. And then she would cook up some catfish and hush puppies and fried taters. And I know she's not going to like this, but pork and beans and an onion. Oh man, that's my favorite fish meal. If you have catfish, fried catfish. Then you've got your fried taters and onions. Then you got your pork and beans. Then you got your fresh onion. I like a piece of fresh onion to eat with it. And your hush puppies. Man, if you got that, my goodness. It's awesome if you got that. And that goes along with it, yeah. So need to make a fishing video, so that's doing something. That's content. You're a content creator after all. Yeah, I know, but I've tried that stuff before, and it gets about 2 views. It's crazy. Yeah, Tenkiller fish fry. Yeah. If we get, I'd like to go down to Tenkiller and actually catch some fish. Because Dakota was catching them down there of Old Pecan Homestead. He was catching them down there last year, and they were nice looking catfish. I like coleslaw with my fish. Yes, coleslaw is good. White beans, not pork and beans. I like pork and beans. I just do. Yeah, pork and beans. Never heard of it till Johnny. Yeah, I love pork and. I mean, see, I grew up a certain way. My mother, she always made that. I'm gonna tell you guys one of the meals that we used to have as kids. Whenever I was a kid, I had a brother and a sister. My brother is 5 years older, and my sister is 5 years younger. We are exactly 5 years apart, and our dates of birth. Hers is in 1970, mine's in 1965, and my brother's is in 1960. All right. So, we're right on that 5-year mark. Well, my brother, he would kind of take care of me and my sister while mom and dad, we were latchkey kids. We'd get off the bus, come home from school, or then during the summer, brother, the oldest one would take care of the others and stuff like that. Well, I remember he would cook for us, and what he would cook for us for our meal while we were home from school, in the summer break, pork and beans with ketchup in it. Yeah. And we'd eat it with light bread. And so he would take a little simmering pot, put in some pork and beans, put ketchup right in it. I don't know why, he just did. And then, some salt, and then some light bread. Now, you guys remember when you could buy bread, and if you didn't eat it within the week, at the end of the week, it would have that little green, stuff on it, that mold. Have you noticed that you can buy a loaf of bread now, and you can throw it on the counter for 3 months and it won't have any mold at all on it? My wife's out there making noises. Yeah, it may be a Georgia. What may be a Georgia thing? Hey, Sean, there's Sean's in the house. Hey, Sean, good to see you. Got to add a dab of mustard to the ketchup. Yeah, that is good eating, Johnny. Hot dogs or beef pork with Boston baked beans. Yeah. We're talking about put some pineapple chunks. No pineapple chunks. No, not doing it. Pineapples shouldn't even be in a food group or anything like that. Never heard of eating pork and beans with fish. See, that's the thing. My dad loved pork and beans with fish. So, that's what we had. And since we grew up that way, it became, just like a taste thing. It all just mixes. It's so good. So good. And then we've got, let's see here. I saw Bill's in. Hey, Bill. Bill's in from Alaska. My Alaska. High fructose corn syrup prevents mold from growing. It is a preservative. Yeah. I'm sure that they've done all kind of things to bread to make it not mold and other things, because it's kind of scary whenever we actually have done it. We've got a bread box over there. Christine bought some bread, or I bought some bread. We threw it in the bread box. Then we went low carb. So we didn't eat any carbs for a period of time, whatever it was. Then one day we happened to open the box up, and there it is. it's just perfect. The bread is just perfect. I couldn't believe it. It's like, are you kidding me? I actually ate it. Yes. Remember when it used to be Van de Camp. Yeah, that was good times. Hey, Tony. There's Tony at our cabin in the woods. Thanks for coming. We ate a lot of pork and beans when we were kids. My favorite was pork and beans with fried spam. Still like, but too salty for me now. Yes. Yeah, fried spam was like, it was like a delicacy, you know. So when we got spam, it was like, it'd be like getting a ribeye now. That was spam for us when we were kids. I'll tell you another secret. I never ate at a McDonald's until I was probably 18 years old before I ever ate at a McDonald's. Just saying. We had one night a week whenever I was a kid that mom and dad would actually take us out to eat. There was one night a week. I remember it well. It was Thursday nights. So Thursday nights we would go to a cafe in town. I believe it was various names throughout the year, but it was now it's Boomerangs, but back then it started off as I believe it was Calico's Cafe. And I turned 18 in the early 60s. No, I didn't. I didn't. So we would go there and eat. And then I remember one time on a special occasion, it was like we had done something with the church or something like that. And we were over in Muskogee. And mom and dad took us to Furr's Cafeteria. If anybody remember the Furr's Cafeteria. So we went to Furr's Cafeteria, and I went through the Furr. I didn't know how to order anything. I went through the line, and I just looked, and I go, well, I like that. Can I have some of that and some of that and some of that? Well, I didn't realize I had just ordered 3 meat plates, 3 different ones. So I remember I got deviled crab, a deviled crab plate. I got a beef plate, and I think it was a chicken fry. And then I got a catfish plate. So it was 3 full, like entree meal type. It was like 3 times the cost. Let's just put it that way. Dusty Bottom Boys, welcome. Dusty Bottom Boys, that's a new name for me. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Then we've got Leonard Mountain Homestead. Howdy. And let's see here. Thanks for coming in, Amy. Hope you guys are doing well. And we're going to get to see a lot of these folks down at Tenkiller. And if we don't see them at Tenkiller, we'll probably see them at Eufaula. So we're going to have a couple of meetups this year in Oklahoma. One of them is going to be the Tenkiller YouTube meetup. It happened to be going across right there. It's going to be near Tahlequah, Oklahoma, Cherokee Land State Park, Creek Shelter, April 25th through 27th, 2025. You can book your campsite at www.travelok.com for camping spots. And if you don't mind, send an email to tenkillerytmeetup@gmail.com and let us know you're coming so that we know about how many folks we're cooking breakfast and whatnot for. So we got quite a few people. Yes, I did get my Gilliam shirt. I got it. I did. It's awesome. Thank you, Sean. Sean Donut. He won a Gilliam shirt, not one that we did. It's a wild look at it. Man, I should have worn it. I'm that Gilliam you've all heard about, or so, I don't know. Anyway, he won that on Lazy Days Ahead, and he donated it to me because I said I could use a Gilliam shirt. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I remember that's funny. I remember Mama took all 5 of us to eat rare treat, ordered fried chicken. They brought out an 8-piece dinner. I was like 10 years old. The look on Mama's face. Yeah, exactly. I know, Nanny Tam. That's yes, the legendary Gilliam shirt. That's right. And I like that shirt. It fits good and everything. I mean, I like it. But Mom and Dad, I remember whenever I got that, they didn't realize what I was doing. And I mean, I already had it. I mean, I was like juggling all these plates in the first cafeteria. It was crazy. Hey, Barb, welcome, welcome. Join Gilliam Farms. I'm getting ready to email a shot of the merch we're doing for the meetup. Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. Thank you. And then everybody just keep Christine in your prayers because she is traveling right now. She is driving home from South Dakota. So keep her in your prayers. If you don't mind, we'll put an angel in the car with her and get her home. And no, that's not Christine's shirt because it's way too big for Christine. I've had a day, but I'm making it home. Lauren, I've had a day. Okay. Yep. Hey, Karen. Howdy, Karen Gaudiosi. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So, but anyway, I'm going to put out another video tomorrow. I put one out Wednesday. I'm going to start trying to do 2 a week. I've been doing like 1 a week. I think I'm going to do 2 a week. I think I'm just going to, try to make that the way it flows and stuff like that. And we'll see how it works out. I put that one out on the dozer. I've been working on that video for a little bit, and there's going to be a lot more dozer stuff coming up because, like I said, we need to make this property here cattle friendly. So I'm going to be working on that. Hey, John Goes Outdoors. Are we ready for the high winds tomorrow? I'll be a little bit more ready here in a little bit. I've got to do a couple of things outside. I got some tin out there that I've got to basically strap down. I've got some stuff out there that I don't want blowing away. So I'm going to go take care of that. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a rough one. I think Arkansas is supposed to get a lot of tornadoes. So prayers for all the folks over in Arkansas. I think it's going to start like just east of us on the tornadoes and the hail and the stuff like that. So that would be basically Arkansas. So keep those folks in your prayers and all the folks that live up north that are in the blizzard country and stuff like that. And then it tracks off to the east. So, you got all those folks over there to the east. Johnny, did Christine get something in the mail? I just want to make sure it got there. Did it into the P.O. box? Let me know, Derek, if it came to the P.O. box. And then there's Scott, Rambling with the Brooms. Hey, Scott, when you were live this morning, because I went into Ginger's live and it kind of told them what was going on there. But when you were live, I was in the middle of an auction. So I missed your live. I'll have to be part of the replay crew. But I was in the middle of one of the coolest auctions I've ever been to. And it was good. I actually was not going to put it out, but I think I'm going to put it out tomorrow. I think I will, because it was a neat one. It was different. So thank you, Tamara. I think it was the P.O. box. Okay. If it was the P.O. box, Derek, no, I haven't went over there. I'm the P.O. box guy, and I get to I hate to say it, folks, but I get to the P.O. I'm worse than Scott Broom. P.O. box is down the road, but they're only open like hour and a half a day. And if I happen to be going through there in that hour and a half a day that they're open, because we didn't buy like a huge box, we just bought a regular size box. And so that means they put a yellow piece of paper in there saying you've got packages. well, I can never get there whenever they're there. So we spent day getting things ready, rain, wind, and snow. Yep. Can't believe the doe started after a year. I can't either. You know, that was actual honest reaction right there. That was an honest reaction to the dozer starting, because it had literally been a year since I started that dozer. I mean, you could tell it had sat there, had things growing over it. I mean, I thought I was going to get to do a really good startup video. And I thought I was going to get to do a really good startup video on the dozer. I had jumper cables. I had, ether. I was prepared to like bleed injector, whatever I had to do to get the dozer to start. It just started up. I mean, just like I ran it yesterday, like the day before or something like that. So it was wild. So, I got it. Hey, Lauren, can I show that? Do you mind if I show that on the screen? Yes, it was a great video because it started. I had to pry myself away from the dozer video to come here. Yeah. Derek, make sure you watch all of it because I'm pretty proud of that one. I mean, maybe I'm a little, I don't know, biased or something, but I'm pretty proud of that one. I've actually watched, I have to confess something. I don't watch every video that I put out myself. I really don't. But that one I did. I watched it all the way through twice. And I don't know. I just liked it. My P.O. box is 1.5 hours minimum, $75. Cut me some slack. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Mudd. There's Mr. Mudd, Teresa J's husband. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming in. And Jesse's out there throwing out links and saying who goes live next, which is White Rock. White Rock Homestead goes live next at 6 o'clock. That's Jen and Tara. Whenever you guys go over there, throw up a bunch of orange hearts. Tell them the Gilliam sent you. I got the part where you cut down the tree that was against the fence. Yep. Got the tree down. There's some time lapse after that. I think that's pretty cool. You might want to watch the rest of it. Post it, Johnny. Lauren said so. Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. So these are steins. All right. So those steins have the Tenkiller YouTube meetup logo on them. And they are making several of those, and those are going to be in our door prize giveaway that we're having. So those will really be cool, and they're very nice. Thank you so much, Lauren. Those are very, very nice, and I'm sure that everybody will. That'll be one of those coveted items that everybody will be trying to win. But they are very nice. All right, then after White Rock Homestead goes live, you're going to go over to Dale and Lisa at 9 Acre Family Farms, and you're going to hang out with them, and because this is Homestead Hangout night. And what you're going to do over there is probably play Cahoots, and that's a lot of fun. Those guys, they get with it. Anyway, guys, it's 5:59. I want everybody to go over to White Rock Homestead, and I just want you to, show them some love, guys. Tell them Gilliam sent you. All right, everybody, good night and God bless, and love y'all. Bye-bye.